And action. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Johnny. If you haven't hit like and subscribe, please do so. It helps out the algorithm. It helps out with the algorithms. And you know how insensitive I can get. Insecure. Okay, so what I do want to talk about today, or at least mention, it's identity and what story are you telling yourself. So, and I'm getting this idea because I'm doing this 5-day challenge with Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins, it's on his live. He's doing it with thousands of people. It's fucking free. I invited a lot of you guys, but nobody seemed to join me, so it's all good, man. Yeah, that's a different topic to talk about some other time. So, what I got from today, because what I'm seeing as well, it's the point of getting, because I'm supposed to be doing this on his page, on his page, which is speaking about, which is our identity, you know, and which is our old one and what is our new one. What are we creating? Which is very, very good, which is a very good way of seeing it. Or kind of reminds me though of yesterday's homework, but it's like, what story are you telling yourself? You know, because it creates your identity. It's what you believe in. Because whatever you believe in, whatever you focus on, when you place your attention, is where your energy is going to go. So if, where did I hear this story at? I heard this story somewhere. It's like think about an email or a virus, and they send it to you. Now it's up to you if you want to accept it. Do you want to accept it, or do you want to just send it back? Like, so the same thing when somebody talks ill about you, or someone's talking bad about you, or they're gossiping about you. Or if you're being gaslighted, if you're in this toxic relationship, you're being lied to. Like me, I was being lied to my whole life. You know, that we're nothing, we're pieces of shit, we're stupid, we're dumb, we're accidents, that we're the reasons why their life is messed up. And you tend to build these negative beliefs that start building your identity, which is a part of your personality, because that's just what it's all based upon at the end once you break it down. He didn't say much of that on the live, but it was just the way I break it down. At least it's, what story are you telling yourself? You know, what is it you're telling yourself? Are you telling yourself, you mean that you are dumb, that you are unworthy, that you don't really have, that you don't matter? Because if it is, guess what? That's what you're gonna believe. And those will be your core beliefs, your thoughts. And what I'm learning, or what I've learned, also going back to, and I'm seeing that he wants to do it on his group, but for 2 minutes, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna talk for longer than 2 minutes. I'm already at 3. And it's to get people out of their comfort zone. And I see that. He wants to get people out of his comfort zone and be able to speak, and be able to talk, and be able to articulate what they're feeling, what's going on. Not for everybody, not for the, like I said, which helped me. It's not for the likes, it's not for the views, it's for yourself. It's to help improve yourself. Because going back to that, like, are you outside, like, you know, looking for external validation, or do you really have value of your own? And like I said before, you know, the right people are going to find your channel. The right people are going to listen. And if they don't, well, fuck it. Fuck it. What are you gonna do? Stop? No. And going back to my 30-day challenge, I just stopped that because, to tell the truth, it's embarrassing, but I don't really care what you guys people think. So it's, yeah, because my phone bill will be getting cut off pretty soon, and I didn't want to be like stopping out of nowhere. So it'll probably be my last live today, at least for the next 5 days, and then we'll get back on. But that's just some inside stuff. But I'm not gonna let that hold me back, because I was going there. I started feeling sorry for myself. I started thinking negative. I started thinking bad. Why? Because I'm like, dude, like, you can't pay your fucking phone bill. Like, it was the inner critic started coming in. And what you focus on, what you place your attention, well, guess what? That's what you're gonna go. That's all it's gonna be. And it kind of spirals. Especially if you're a conscious creator, especially as you awaken and you understand your thoughts and you understand this shit, fuck, it's even worse, dude. It's tenfold, fivefold. And it's not pretty, man. You can spiral very easily. So, because I'll tell you right now, like, I thought about this and I seen it, and I had to change my identity, because I'll give you the example of at least my arm, my accident. I don't really, when it happened, I always thought it was gonna be okay. I thought it was gonna be fine. I thought my arm was just injured, it was just hurt, and I'll be okay. But as I got to the hospital, did my test, and did all this crazy fucking scans, they found out that my nerves are severed, meaning they're just pulled up the spine, and they were down here, and then I'm not gonna have a functioning arm. I'm lucky that I kept it, but and that changed my identity. It's because it's what I started to believe. I started limiting myself, and you fall into a depression. And I'm not saying being sad, being depressed, it's okay somewhat. Just don't mellow it. Well, actually, sadness goes into depression, so it's okay to be sad, but just don't sit in there. Don't marinate in there. Just get out of there as fast as you can. Understand it. Understand what it's teaching you, what it's showing you. Life lesson, because it's hard when you lose somebody. It's hard when you lose a family member. I understand that. But I had to start thinking about it as in, they're still with us. In spirit, they're still with us. They're in the flesh, and yeah, you wish, and you could dwell on what you didn't do and all this other stuff, but they're learning lessons. Now if something like this ever, that's why that's what they say, it stays in your conscious. Well, come to peace with yourself with that. They're here in spirit still. They're with you. They're your guardian angels. And with that said, so it's that type of stuff. That send a message right now, and I just get distracted. So that's the whole point, guys. So right now, at least I'm not gonna post on the Facebook, because like I said, I see it. It's for people to get them out of their comfort zone and get them to speak. And like, you know what? I'm gonna speak more than for 2 minutes, because we'll be under 2 minutes of our identity and what it has done. So I'll give you the example of I'm giving you the example of my accident, because that did change. I never really want to see it, understand it, but it changed who I was, because of my physical appearance. My physical appearance, having one arm smaller than the other, and it just I didn't feel right. I felt less of a man. Why? Because if you grew up around here, you fuck people up. Meaning, not like that literally, but you stand up for yourself. Someone speaks bad or you fuck people up, you have to fight, because if somebody sees fear in you here, they're gonna attack you, because you have to stand up to the bully type of thing. And once you stand up to the bully, that bully's gonna look twice before he's gonna think twice before he comes your way. That's what I'm trying to say. So I had to okay, now I can't fight anymore. I mean, I can't defend myself. That's what I told. That was a story I was telling myself. And I had, but because it's not, I don't care what people say or think. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't care what people say to me, like, oh, you fucking disabled, you handicapped. I care less. I laugh at it. It's not like, oh my God, it's like, dude, I'm disabled, bro. It's not like I can move it and I don't want to. You're lazy because you want to be lazy. You're a dumbass because you want to be a dumbass. That you have control over. That's different than somebody who's disabled. Think about it. So that's kind of how I got over people's opinion. But the difference was this. It's what I think you think of me. Because it's judgment. I'm passing judgment on myself. That's the part right there. It's what I think you think of me. What a trip, what an illusion that we create. And that's just through judgment, which is a whole other topic that I don't want to go on right now, but I'm just trying to give you guys an explanation of how we build our identity. And what else? I wrote some couple notes on here of what he was saying today about that. Give me a second. Okay, he said belief can either create you or it can destroy you. It can imprison you or it can set you free, because what you believe in. What are you thinking of? Or like I say, you are what you think of all day. So, so if you believe it, if you accept it, if you accept what they're telling you, if you accept, and this is where you have to rewire, you have to reprogram in yourself, because these are your old negative beliefs. This is what they've been told to you, and you accepted it. And you have to break it. I call that waking up from the matrix, because believe it or not, you're used to abuse. You might not. It's like, I'll give you an example of like self-worth. If you would ask me, I would say before I would say, yeah, dude, fuck yeah, because the way I was basing it on was upon materialistic things. The house I was living, the car I was driving, the bow tie and the suit that I would wear to work, my commission check would say. That was based on outside things. But as soon as that things are taken away from you, as soon as that leaves from you, guess what? It leaves you. It crushes your ego, it crushes your identity, especially if you know the difference. Especially if you don't, and this is what I'm talking about, as you awaken, as you start to understand this, as I'm understanding this stuff. So it's what you believe, and you have to, and this is a big one, because, you know, it's what you, like I said, self-worth. I would say, like, yeah, because I'll base it on that. But if I really thought about it and put more like effort and thinking in it, I'm like, dude, that's really no self-worth, because look what you're putting up with, look what you're allowing. Look at what you, because as I got discarded by my narcissist, I'll give you the example. I could have gone in that cycle. I could have continued it. I could have got back with it, but I decided not to. I said enough was enough, because it's like, it was a harsh reality. And this is where, if you're coming out of a toxic relationship, is find the right group, find a tribe, find people that was going to validate your story. Jordan Peterson talks about this all the time, meaning, stop wasting your time explaining to people that don't listen, because all you're doing is devaluing what you're seeing. And if no one's going to listen to that, it fucks you up in your mind. This is super conscious level. It's stuff that you're not aware of, and that's why, because you're not alone. That's what, when people say you're not alone, that's what that means, because you are all. It's the all-seeing eye. It's your higher power. It's God, whatever you want to call it. It's with you. Your angels or spirit. Just because you don't see them in the physical reality, you don't see them here with you, like in the eye, they're around. You feel graces, you feel them, you see synchronicities. It's because you're tapping in with your third eye. This is stuff that people are trying to explain and articulate nowadays. And it just, do you believe it? Going back to beliefs. Let's stay on topic here, beliefs. So that's what we went through in the which is Tony Robbins thing. And like I said, I'm doing it here just because I'm not gonna do it on there, because it's under 2 minutes. I'm already talking 12 minutes, and it's more there. I see it's more to get people out of their comfort zone and speak, and it gives them a reason, and it challenges them. So I'm doing it here for now, at least. And so, what is your identity, and what new identity? What's your core beliefs, your morals? What do you believe in? What do you stand for? You mean, what are you gonna allow? You know, and that's what I had to rethink. And I did this not even knowingly, but all this, I did this unknowingly. I didn't even know this, you know. So that's where it big, when it become high value. Understand your goals. What was your dharma? Sorry, I just got distracted over there. So that's just that part. And he talks about the 5 things is your state. Like your state, your physical, because condition the body, the mind must follow. So the more you condition your body, the mind's gonna follow. So, you know, drinking more water, staying, keeping your vessel. In other words, treat your vessel like a temple. That's what I see that as. We're saying, focus. What you focus on is gonna manifest. So stop focusing on what you don't want. Focus on what you do want. That's what I'm understanding from there. Like, it's what is it you do want? Because where we place our attention is where energy is going to flow. So focus on what you want. Focus on your goals. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. Just worry about setting the goal, the attention, and the rest will come. Say yes to say yes to the challenge. In other words, say yes to it, and then figure the rest out later on. Type of thing. That's what that means. At least that way I see it. And then I put language. Language is just where it speaks yourself. I'm not sure. I didn't write no notes after that. And he just put meaning, which equals emotion, which equals life. I don't know what the fuck that means. So those, and he put other things on there, man. But those are the ones, at least, that he was mentioning. And you command yourself to do this stuff. Meaning, like, it goes back to. Sorry, I got distracted right now. It's going back to which story are you telling yourself? What are you believing? What are your core beliefs? What are your morals? Because all this builds your identity. It builds your brand. There you go. It builds your brand, which gave me the idea of why didn't I run with this? Why don't I take this? Oh, because are you really Heyoka? The chief says, like, dude, no, I am a fucking Heyoka. And I'm gonna brand that. Brand that in the sense of like, when people say Heyoka, I want them to think of me. I want them to think of Johnny. Why? Because that's what I am. A codependent, I'm not, because I was a codependent, past tense, in work, under construction, under mental alchemy. You know, so because you're an empath. That's where empath comes from. You're highly in tune. Who said this? I think it was Teal Swan. We can go into a room full of people, and we're gonna pick up on the person who's feeling low, who's feeling sad, why? Because it's a threat. Because why? Because growing up the way you grew up, you were in tune like this. The way my mom feels, I'm gonna feel. So you're scanning. Everyone can be full of energy, but if there's someone, you're gonna notice it. You're gonna pick up on it because it's ingrained in you. Those are your beliefs. That's what the SuperConscious, because it was the way you survived. So that's why we're like the way we are. And a HeyokaWarrior, you're just, like I said, you're badass. And it's the way you speak it. That's what I meant by language. It's the way you speak it. Because you can tell this, you can say anything to anybody. Anybody. And it just depends on the way you say it, the way you speak it. And going back to Tony Robbins, that one thing that I didn't really like what he said, not that I didn't like what he said, I just didn't agree with it. Because he kept on saying, don't question yourself. And I say, question yourself. But the way he's saying it is, and I wish you could reword that, is don't doubt yourself. That's what he means by it. When the way, hearing him and understand, okay, because you have to question yourself. You have to challenge yourself. If you want change, you have to question yourself. And the way you change is by going against the old programming. See? But what he means by is don't doubt yourself. Have confidence in yourself. Have confidence and go all out. Go all out. That's what I'm understanding he meant by that, at least that part. You know, because he's saying don't question yourself. And I'm like, I wish I could change that. Meaning, I know what you mean. Your meaning is don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt your intuition. Just go for it. Say yes. Just go all out. Give it your best. Try your best. You know, instead of, because we have to question ourselves. You know what I mean? Don't question yourself like as in like, what I have to wear, or should I stay in this abusive relationship? Yeah, of course. You don't question that shit. You sure know that. You know your value. You know what I mean? Know your value big time. Know who you are. Know your value. Okay? So I just want to touch on that real quick and at least bring this up for today, at least. Yeah, man. And we'll see where we go. I'll see if I can borrow someone's internet, if I can. And if I can, well, I'll be gone for a few days. At least 4 days. It's not my choice, but, you know. But I'm not going to let that pull me down. It's because normally, like I said, you'll go into that. And one thing that, like, the group I did like is someone, because I never seen like this. Well, people call me different things, like legend or a badass, or things, which is good. But I mean, I love it. It feels good because it feels good, man. It feels good to be recognized. It feels good to be seen. Everyone wants to be seen. If you think you don't know what you don't want to be seen, you want to be seen. Everybody does. You mean that's why it's where attention whores. this whole world likes and all these other things, you know. But that's just that part. So yeah, man. There's more notes on here, man. Like I'll be talking forever, and I'm just trying to keep it to some subjects. And it's like, at the end of it, because of the title of it, it's what story are you telling yourself? Reword it, reframe it. Because if you keep on focusing on the old, that's what gets you. It's gonna build your identity, your core beliefs, your morals. What is it you're striving for? What is it you're focused on? Are you focused on the drama? Or are you focused on this? Are you a victim? Get out of the victim mentality that brings up. You know, it's what story are you? And I always say, I'm a fucking legend. I'm a fucking badass. And my thing. Oh, this is what I was thinking about earlier. Like, you know what, dude? This is my excuse. This is what I'm telling myself, for I can get it, for I can fucking achieve it. Which is, I want to be the first millionaire in my family. That is what I want to do, and that's what I'm gonna do, and I am doing. I'm taking the steps to it. So, and this is the stuff that I have to empower myself with. And why? And why, Johnny? Now, what's the why? Because people are gonna listen. People are gonna listen. People are not listening to me now because that's the reason. And I'll give you an example of the group. There's people on there, you know, and they don't have much likes, whatever. Before the old me, it would discourage me. It would discourage me to do anything because I'm comparing myself to others. Now I understand. You don't compare yourself to others. You compare yourself to who you were yesterday. That's Jordan Peterson, by the way. And then the 1% progress rule. I don't know what the doctor came up with that. Some Olympian or something. I don't know. But the whole point of it, what I'm trying to say is that it's. But there was a guy that was on there, just reading his story, he said right there, I went from broke, I went from being homeless, living in a car, to becoming a self-made millionaire. Dude, he had over 1,000 fucking likes and thumbs ups and okay, now I can listen. It's a success story. It's a success story, okay? So if that's what it takes, that's what I'm saying. Everyone wants to be a millionaire, right? Everybody does. But how many of us are taking action to do it? And what more not to do it? What more not to do this? With your passion. So you follow your passion, abundance must follow. Like I said before, I think that's a universal law. Follow your passion, follow your dharma, abundance will follow. And what is abundance to you, Johnny? It's not just financial, it's not just health, it's freedom. The freedom to do when you want, what you want, with whoever you want with. That's freedom. If you ask me. That's abundance. So, yeah, it's doing what you want, when you want, whenever you want, with whoever you want. Yeah, that was pretty good. Huh? I got that from Master Heyokawarior. So many people that I follow that inspire me to become the best version of myself. Chief Pete Sapper, man, that's my guardian angel. I call him my guardian angel all the time, and he knows he is. You know, the tribe. You know, they have so many people. Jordan Peterson, Jay Shetty. You know, there's so many mentors. What's his name? Shada Guru is another one. They're all gurus, mentors, and they're all spiritual, by the way. Because spirituality is getting to know who you are, your higher self, type of thing. So, just wanted to touch, and I'm already going 23 minutes already, guys. Just wanted to add that, okay? And this is to Tony Robbins' identity. What was your old identity? Which was, like I said, I felt no value. I thought I was less of a man. And I had to understand this because it was not what people would say to me. It was what I thought people were thinking of me. What is this person? And that's an illusion. I was judging myself before they're not even judging me. I'm thinking they're judging me because that's how I am. It's me. You know, and that girl, what she said, which made me feel good, is you have high self-awareness. Haven't heard that yet. Well, I heard it, but not toward me specifically, especially from a stranger, that I have high self-awareness. And yeah, I said yes, I do, because yeah, whatever that means. But meaning, I take it as a compliment, and it's all how you take it. So, like I said, it's the power in your language, in your word, and how you say it, and how you frame it. What story are you telling yourself? And create a different one. Stop living in the past and don't live in the future. Be in the present. Create this now. What a life. Yes, man, it was my buddy, and my accountability buddy. Yeah, but we'll talk to him a bit now. But yeah, man, so just stay tuned. And this is just the things that I've learned, at least. There's so much I've picked up on this guy. And it's not that, it's because he gets you to think in a different way. It's trippy, man. You get your 10, dude. I think he's very close, but it was pretty good. So much love, man. Bye.